Guys, I'm really excited today because this is my 50th video. Oh my gosh, how did I get here? So I've made it to 50 videos. Hi guys, how are you doing? And all of that. I can't actually contain my excitement. I felt like I had to do something fun, but it won't be. It's gonna be the boring stuff. I remember starting this channel, and without sounding too harsh on myself, I was so cringe in those earlier videos. My first video was so embarrassing and was trademark for all of the reasons why I was avoiding it for so long, honestly. My makeup, the lighting, the sound, the editing, I could go on and on. And as I was reflecting, I was thinking about the hours, the blood, sweat and tears that has gone into making this channel, even at the small level that it is at today. Crappy laptop that I was using, which I almost threw across the room in pure rage when my editing software packed up. Don't worry, I don't have anger issues, just tech issues. I was trying to make that a little bit funny, but that didn't happen. The point is, if you make enough noise, someone will listen, and the husband stepped in and bought me a new laptop. Yay! Anyway, from a personal finance perspective, I realized that I've not covered or devoted a video to one of the most basic tenets of personal finance, and something that I'm so passionate about, the fuel that makes it work, and also made it very real on how it has impacted me personally. All you fellow YouTubers know exactly how many hours go into a video, from conceptualizing an idea to getting it onto the screen. It's the enjoyment of doing these videos that provides the motivation for doing it in the first place, and I can't stress that enough. The number of hours I've spent multiplied by my actual hourly rate for my professional job makes my stomach turn a little bit when I think about how much time I've actually spent on this. Good job I'm on maternity, isn't it? Which brings me on to the topic of compounding. It is pretty astounding how little can accumulate to vastness. So compound interest, how to turn $1 into $10 is what it's all about. Normally I like to sprinkle a few facts, but let me share with you an urban legend that Albert Einstein once declared compound interest to be the most powerful force in the universe and the eighth wonder of the world. Guys, when I hear the phrase eighth wonder, I really want to go and slap something. It's quite cringe. And we are all on a journey to make things less cringe. Nope, maybe it's just me then. However, the truth of the matter is that it works. It doesn't work overnight, and it can take a long time to get going, but it will get going. Life is also long, and from my YouTube stats, the bulk of my viewers still have decades to run. And you can use compounding right now to become millionaires by the time we reach the allocated retirement age. Now, I know most of us have ambitions which are far greater than that, but at the very least, don't be a doofus and ensure the worst case scenario, which is if all else goes down the drain, you're still a millionaire by the time you retire when the government tells you to. At the very least, the majority of retirees are struggling with that. So here in the UK, the average retiree pension pot is about 350k, and that generates about £1,150 a month to live on at the 4% rule. Is that enough? Personally, I don't think so. The mismatch is pretty clear. Retirees wanting a desired income generating at least 30k more. Guys, I don't know how to stress this enough, but if you put £5 a day into a tracker fund, from the day you start working to the day you retire, you would have over £1 million of dollars. That is purely through historical rates of return of the market. So no, there's no get rich quick scheme. That's just stupid. There is certainty. It takes time. So let's sprinkle a few facts then. We can extrapolate that whatever we buy now, if invested, would be worth 10 times in 30 years. So generally, all finance channels use the coffee example. 5 lattes is worth £50, $50 in future money. Those shoes, that dress, blah, blah, that handbag. Let's go one step deeper, okay? There are those figures that banks and businesses extract from us in stealth, which we don't think about. Let's take the cost of a car as an example. A modest mid-sized car will cost around 25k for argument's sake. So no haters, please. No haters. I'm talking about a modest car. I'm not talking about the latest Lambo. A car loses about 50% of its value in 3 years through depreciation. So you've lost about 12.5k, either as a direct hit if you bought the car new, or you would have lost that 12.5k plus financing if you bought it on a finance scheme. So essentially, you just paid to lose money. Listen to that. You paid to lose money. But now that 12.5k would be worth 125k in 30 years. 12.5% of your $1 million total Guys, what would your older self say to you? Go on, email your future self now. Boy, I have an interesting story on that one. Guys, if you've been following my video, you'll know that I had a very interesting story about that website, futureme.org, where 12 years ago, I ended up sending a bunch of emails out to people in the future, and the future being now. So don't do that. Email yourself only, okay? And especially don't email exes and things like that, okay? So think of everything in its future value. That's how businesses think and how astute investors value their investments. This brings us into the very simple and easy basic rules of personal finance. Save as much money as you can, invest that money as early as you can, and stay consistent and keep your money invested for as long as possible. That's the only rule that you need to follow. The concept is simple, but the execution is hard, and that's why the majority of people fail. We're bombarded with consumerism. We want quick fixes, we want solutions. There's a name for this in general economics, right? It's called utility maximization, where consumers extract the maximum value, maximum enjoyment for each dollar spent. Guys, I'm not saying don't buy that handbag. If that handbag makes you happy, go do it. It's your choice. Delayed gratification is not a feature of the model that economists use. We will be fighting every natural urge and lifetimes of programming and conditioning in order to walk away from that philosophy. And it's not easy. It requires discipline. Putting your money away for 30 years or a lifetime habit of putting away £5 a day consistently is tough. We see the little nest eggs starting to develop and get tempted to trade, time the market, make things complicated. There is really no need to do that. No one knows where the market will go, and in the grand scheme of things, as a long-term investment, you shouldn't really care. A few percent here or there sitting on the sidelines on a 30-year investment horizon is stupid, really. Compounding is all about delayed gratification. I know this is a boring video, I know, but that is really it. That is the secret of building long-term wealth. And given the age group, there will be our peers who are leveraging to the hills, expensive cars and so on. And that's fine, each to their own, but there is a fine line with enjoyment and being irresponsible. Balancing your enjoyment and spending in areas that truly make you happy. Understand the value you're giving up for the future you. But there you go. Drop yourself a note on futureme.org and let me know how you do. Remember, it's not about timing the market, it's about time in the market. And I didn't coin that phrase. What else do I need to say? Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Welcome to the channel if this is your first time here. And I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. Until next time, cheers guys, I'm out. Bye.